Hi everyone, I hope that you're all well. So in this lesson we're going to be looking at and making sure that we are fully confident with the three types of averages and then working with the range. And something new that we'll be looking at are the advantages and disadvantages of the different averages, as that can then distinguish which one we may choose when we have got data, depending on what data that is. So let's have a quick little recap on the averages and range from our previous lessons. So remember, if we need to work out the mean, what you do is you add up all the numbers and then you divide by however many numbers there are. The mode is the most popular answer. The median is the middle number, but remember you must put the numbers in order of size first and then find the middle number. So those are the three types of averages, and then the range is the highest number, take away the lowest number, but please remember, the range is not an average. Okay, let's look at some advantages and disadvantages of the averages then. So firstly, let's look at the mode. What's an advantage of that? Well, the mode is the only average that you can use if you have got qualitative data. So if you've got non-numerical data, so for example, if you've got a data set where you've asked people what their favourite colour is, you can use the mode to then compare that data. It's also useful, and only useful really, if one item appears a lot more than the others, or if you have got more than one item of the data. Disadvantage then is you can't use it if all the data items are different or if there are lots of groups the same. And it can be much higher or lower than the bulk of the data. Okay, let's look at the advantages of the median. It's not distorted by extreme values. So if you have got an anomaly where the data is all, quite similar, but then you've got one number that's very high, that's not going to affect the median. A disadvantage of it then, it does not take all of the data into account. It'll only look at the middle value. The mean then, an advantage of the mean is that it does use all of the data. So whereas that's a disadvantage of the median, it doesn't take all of the data into account. The mean, that is an advantage, it does use all of the data. A disadvantage of the mean then is that it is affected by the extreme values. Okay, so if you have got a high number in comparison to the rest of the data, that will cause the mean then to be higher than what you would expect it to be. Okay, so they're the advantages and disadvantages of averages, and it's important to know these because that just shows your better understanding of the data, and then if you are comparing data, it will help you to decide which average you would use. Okay, so let's look at this GCSE past paper. Question. What I'd like you to do is get yourself a pen and paper, write out the question, and as we've done previously, so pause the video, try the question out, and then when you're ready to mark your answer, press play, and I'll be going through the answers with you. Okay, so hopefully you found this quite, easy for you. I'm sure that you did. As this is what we've been working on in the past few lessons that I've been uploading. Let's look at the marking scheme then, because this is a 7-mark question then. So here, let's read the question. Jimmy recorded the following 7 waiting times in minutes for meals at a local restaurant. Part A, find the mean, median, mode and range of the 7 waiting times. So let's look at the mean first. Remember, how do we work out the mean? Hope that this allows me to write on it. Okay, there we go. Managed to get my pen to work. Okay, so one thing I should have mentioned as well is that you were allowed a calculator for that when adding up all the numbers. But if you didn't, hopefully you got all 7 marks. Hopefully you did find this quite easy to work through. So let's look at the marking scheme when going through the answers for this. So reading the question, Jimmy recorded the following 7 waiting times in minutes for meals at a local restaurant. Find the mean, median, mode and range of the 7 waiting times. Okay, let's look at the mean. So remember, to work out the mean, first of all, we add up all the numbers that are in our data set. And then we divide by however many numbers there are. Please remember to always show your workings. Okay, so then that gives us an answer of 154 divided by 7. So far now we've had 1 mark for adding up all of these numbers and getting 154. So that's our method mark 1. For dividing then by 7, we get another mark. That's our method mark 2. And then for dividing that and getting 22, which is then going to be the mean, is going to be our 3rd mark for the answer of 22. Okay, the median then. So remember, the median is the middle when we put the numbers in order first. So we need to put these in order, which is 17, 19, 19, 20, 24, 25, and then 30. Okay, so that's going to be 1 mark for showing our method of putting them in order. And then we mark off to find that middle number, which is 20. So the median is 20, and that will give us a mark for the answer. Okay, the mode is the most popular. Mode is the most. So notice there are 2 19s. So the mode is 19, and that then is 1 mark, okay, for that 19. The range, to work out the range, you take the highest number, which is 30, take away the lowest number, which is 17, and that's going to give us an answer of 13. And that is 1 mark for that answer of 13. So hopefully you got all 7 marks for that. Okay, so that's a huge well done. So what I'd like you now to do is to go on to My Maths. So as you have previously done, log in using the school username and password. If you don't know those, please again get in contact with me, and then you should have your own My Portal username and password. So I'm going to log into mine. If you don't have yours for any reason, please make sure that you email me to ask for it. And the homework that I'd like you to work through is this one here, which is called All Averages. So if you want some extra help or to look into it a bit more, click on the lesson, and that will go through a lesson with you. Okay, so it is interactive, and there are worksheets linked to it as well. Okay, so there, and you can click mark it and it'll mark it for you. But what I would like you to do, as usual, is to complete this online homework. So click on the online homework and work through question 1. Answering that, click mark it and make sure you save it, and also make sure please that you work out through question 2 as well. Then once you've completed it, your teachers will be giving you feedback. Huge well done for all the work that you are doing. Keep at it. If we can help you in any way, please make sure that you email either me or your maths teachers. Your maths teachers are at the end of an email always ready to help you as you work from home. So, hope you're all well. Speak soon. Da iawn. Ta-da.